Good morning, guys. So, actually, I'm finding that making morning videos are going to be really helpful. Just because that I seem to really clear enough, and I don't know. I just feel decent in the morning. I like the mornings. So, what should we talk about? This is day 3 for me. I wrote a sheet of paper with my goals out. Do I have it? I just almost have like a checklist of stuff. It's real basic, you know. It's just asks a set of questions. You know, am I gonna fast today? Did I practice gratitude? Did I fast? Did I accomplish no fap? Um, did I go to the gym? Even silly stuff like, is my room clean? Did I post a video? Um, am I envisioning my personal development state? So these are like really cool things I wrote down. And I'm sometimes such a perfectionist. I want it to be like a certain way, but there's just I'm just putting little checks next to each one per day. And I'm gonna, you know, it's really just the habit of doing it. It's just the habit of doing it and expectation. That's what I'm trying to do. Some of the law of attraction stuff I read about and listen to on YouTube. It's about momentum, and I think to be consistent. I think like it's not that you have to do like doing over and over again something over and over again. It's for the belief. It's for your mind to create the chemicals and the neural nets. It's about the possibility. I mean, kids who don't have parents don't read to them, who grow up in poverty or whatever. It's like, they have the ability as adults to change, but they actually have to, read. They actually do things for themselves as adults their parents or culture doesn't encourage. So, I mean, there's always the potential, always the possibility of change, and that's great. That's the whole purpose of doing things over and over again, making it so it becomes a possibility into a reality. Um, it's like the same thing with money. 1,000, whatever much money you have, was once a possibility becomes a reality. And then eventually you just kind of grow used to it. You're like, yep, $1 million. Like, that's cool. Like, I can do things, but I'm really not that happier. Oh, $2 million. Okay, achieved that goal. Or even like $10,000. Oh, achieved that goal. Like, it doesn't matter. Your body will then come used to it. It becomes the new normal. So it's not, for me, the money is not about, I know I'm not going to be happy with more money per se, but you do get more options. You have more freedom. Because I've actually had a bunch of money and I was like, oh my God, what do I do with that? And it's like, I've been kind of miserable with the money, not because of the money, but I've been miserable with access to money. And it's just like, well, this money isn't going to make me happier. I have to do something up here. I have to wait it out, a bad mood or something. You know what I mean? It's not like the money magically is like making me happy. It just gives me, I don't know, more options in the world while my mood is miserable. And the good thing is about misery is that it doesn't last. And happiness doesn't last. But there is a state, and it's what someone talked about in the Bible, called prayer and fasting. And that is my method. Prayer is just another form of positive intention, setting goals, acting as if, creating habits. It's really the same thing. You should know them by their works. You know what someone thinks about. You know what someone believes. If someone has a addiction or poverty mindset by how they live. Um, you know, some people there's celebrities out there, and I don't hate to name names, but I'm gonna name one. But like, there's celebrities out there. Let's just say who. I'm not gonna name names, but right now, there's celebrities out there that are really good at manifesting money. Right? They can manifest money in TV shows. Like, but they're fucking shit at relationships. They just can't hang on to relationships. They're not good at like emotional control. They're not open vulnerably, but they've practiced other things where they can manifest money. Now, the ideal triad is really, is like abundance of money, an open heart, and amazing relationships. Everything else, those are like three amazing things to have. And a lot of people, some people have a decent relationship but bad experiences with money, and some people have a lot of money and they can't maintain relationships. But that's ultimately a vibrational problem. So I was hanging out yesterday and I had a choice. I felt a little nervous and I ate a bunch of carbs. So I screwed myself out of ketosis, I broke my fast, and I didn't achieve my goal, my goal of like fasting and I fapped. So I kind of hit yesterday, after my second day, I kind of like had a regressive moment. And so, I'm paying the price a little bit, and I'll pay the price today, maybe tomorrow, meaning like it affects my mood, it affects how I think. I pay the price, but again, you have to jump back on the horse. You have to start over. Now, it doesn't negate all my other accomplishments. That's the problem. See, you think you fuck up, and you think you have to like just wipe out everything else and just fuck the whole thing up. It's like, oh, you screwed up, so you have to just dump everything else in the trash. No. Even if it messes you up, like emotionally, like for like biological reasons, right? Which, you still have a momentum, and you still have the neural nets. It's like all of a sudden just beating yourself up, or even if you're in a bad mood, you still have the neural nets forming from the first day, the second day. Okay, in my case. So the third day I could just say, well, I'm just going to wait and do nothing until I feel better. Or I could say, okay, I fucked up. I'm going to be in a bad mood. This is the price I pay. Whatever. Just be compassionate, be kind, and continue to move forward. That way, the third day, I'll have a bunch more neural nets built in. Now, I may not be happy. I may be in a shitty mood. I'm not going to lie. Like, I know today's going to be a rough day for me. Because my blood sugar is going to drop again. And I'm going to feel, I don't know how I'm going to feel. But you have that neural net being built up from day 1 and 2. So don't just give up. And I guess this is a video that hopefully makes some sense. By talking, I'm learning, and hopefully you're learning too. So I love you guys. If you're interested in starting your own business or want to buy some essential oils, check out the doTERRA link below. And if you find value in what I'm doing and if you appreciate the advice or something resonates with you, I would really appreciate just a donation to my Patreon account, because that would help me, expand myself, and eventually, I guess my long-term goal is to build a personal development estate, basically where people get together and live and work on themselves. And then eventually you graduate and then move the fuck on and bring in a new bunch of, like a new tribe per se, or I don't know what you want to call it, a new class of people. Different classes were to come in. It's a great idea. I'll talk about it another time. I'm going to upload this video before it gets too long. But check out the links below. And I love you guys, and talk to you soon.